Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon where you live around the world. Yes, this is a SketchUp video, but it's more in the area of the workshop series of videos. And I'm actually making, or just starting to make, some of these little models out in the workshop to see just how versatile and how handy they can be. I anticipate great things, but like all good ideas, yeah, some of them get consigned to the trash bin quite quickly. Starting off, how often have you been working in the workshop and you try to hold something and clamp it up and the darn thing keeps on moving around? Often, I would suggest. How often have you used those lovely anodized aluminium 90 degree or 45 degree clamps that you put a wee bracket on and clamp things up? And how fiddly and frustrating are they? And again, if you've been working out in the workshop, I suggest that you've had the same issues I've had. They're a wee bit fiddly. Now, I've made up items like this, quite big ones. These are quite small. These are only 50 millimeters wide and in this case about 200 millimeters long. That's irrelevant, the sizes. But I've made them up in the past and they too were kind of handy but not. And then where do I put them afterwards? These ones, being a bit smaller, have got a better chance of surviving, or, in my view, can be pulled apart and thrown out. You could almost consider them a consumable get my mouth working, for the project at hand. And as such, I've made this up and it's just so simple, doweled together, maybe a screw in it in a strategic place to hold it together, but the dowels generally do quite a good job. And it has the holes in it at 50 millimeters apart, suitable for an MFT top, or an MFT style of top, as I keep on saying. Now, that can be configured in whatever configuration you want and shape. Like this one here has just been assembled like this and then cut on a 45 degree angle to support materials that are on a 45 degree angle. The beauty is, configured correctly or well, you'll be able to clamp these in position on these support jigs. If you want to make it a bit more stable, you can lift them up like this. No rocket science needed there. Like here, again, you can get the clamps around the edges of the panel and the jig. This one here, same sort of thing. For whatever reason you want this shape, and in different configurations. And of course, because it's effectively a consumable, you can cut it on the angle of your desire. In these different situations, you can use multiple ones. You could use wider based ones. In fact, you could have an upstand part or upstanding panel here that's a bit wider. Whatever the configuration you want. And the downside is storage. And as I said, well, really, if it's just for the purpose of a particular project, you can pull them apart, keep some of the components if you want, or just throw the things out. You can view them as a consumable for the project. Now, I've got a specific end use in mind, kind of this area here, but mainly this particular orientation here, where I'm holding fairly small 50 to 100 millimeter high pieces of timber at a specific angle. Now that specific angle is the biggie for me. That means I can make up these pieces, cut them at that angle as I am requiring, and it could be like 35.5 or it might be 72. Whatever angle, I can create that angle on the miter saw. Cut this, maybe this is already attached and I cut them both at the same time, whatever, which is probably the better way of doing it, or make a wider panel and cut it at the angle, and then I can slip another piece on the side, piece of scrap, bit of timber, bit of custom wood, whatever, that allows the pieces that I'm constructing, assembling, to nest into these fixed in space, i.e. static, areas, holding my pieces at the exact angle I want, and I've got them in a position where I can now screw them together, glue and screw them together in whatever method I can. You could have a dowel set up as well. These are the possibilities for this, and adjustable. Well, adjustable as in you can chop it, even to the point where once I've used these up, I can recut them if, of course, the angle permits and the model, the jig permits. You can recut them or throw them out. The beauty is, if done well, you could actually get this. This is the critical, well, for me, is the critical point. Well, you could tune that via, how would you say, well, put it this way, the jig can be placed back into a fixed position, literally and figuratively, and this point here can be tuned dependent upon how you cut, how much you cut off, or how you shim or pack it. So you can, as I'm saying, this point in space is for me, the critical one, and if I do that well, this can be adulterated, packed out, or trimmed to make that point fixed. Now, this is going to be a triangle, so I could have the equivalent down this end or out here, i.e. it's a triangle, and do the same thing. Once I've got that fixed point, then they can be stored quite easily for future reference, and because it's an MFT style of top, I can pin them back into place to get this exact same outcome for the triangle anytime in the future. That is my focus. I start here and come to here because I had this end goal in mind. That I like. I like it a lot because I've got an end. I've got a purpose for this. Of course, I would need to, wouldn't I? The beauty also is you can make, because they're flat, you can flip them over and make them so that you've got a left and a right hand version of it. Also something that I require for doing this sort of work. I want to chase this idea down. I'm working on these ones first. It's not much work, but I want to trial these to see how much benefit they are in the assembly process. Sometimes it's not important, but occasionally you just want that extra set of hands. Well, this is what this is doing. Because it's static, I fixed to the MFT top or MFT style of top with pins. You can put them into place, use them. Once no longer needed, take them off and carry on. They're convenient, and I think that probably a couple of them at least in place, or like up on the shelf or in a box somewhere, ready to be used, is not a bad thing to have. When it comes to this is very, very specific, and it was always going to be, a bit of a pain to do, for the very, very precise and unique angles. I didn't have any real answer or solution to the problem. So having the ability to cut on a miter saw to 1/10 of a degree, literally, with those digital, what do you call them, rules or protractor type things, I thought, this is not going to be as hard as I once thought. And this solution could be, this could be the solution. So give it a go. That's what I am saying. And if that works for you, great. I like the idea of having these adjustable so they can effectively clamp these in place if necessary. But being a triangle, once you've got the the shapes in the 3 different positions, well, that's kind of going to force your timbers into a clamped orientation or situation. So, yay. Yeah. Okay, well that's it. Not a very long one, and not really much of a SketchUp thing. Oh yeah, there was one thing actually, to make it a SketchUp story. When I go into the model like this and I draw a hole, how often have we got multiple holes like this that we need to push down to a particular level, and of course it deletes the whole area. However, if I go to move this, let's just see, whoop, not that, I want to move it all. If I go to move this to here, sometimes it doesn't want to punch through the hole. You have to, whoops, my finger's a bit sticky this morning. You have to do that, push it down, and do that. And you think, oh, but that hasn't punched all the way through. Well, if you keep your push-pull tool over that and hit delete, it deletes it. You don't have to deselect the push-pull, take the arrow or the selection tool icon up here and come back and delete it. Just maintaining the push-pull tool and hovering over the surface you want and hitting delete on the keyboard is the solution. And I thought, oh, I've never seen that before. Probably about 10 minutes ago, I didn't know that facility existed in SketchUp. Now that I know, it is certainly an easier thing to do, or process to do. So, well, there's a SketchUp tip if you didn't already know. So, there you go. But no, this is more of a workshop type item, and quite happy with that. I'm loving the MFT style of top and its flexibility and capability and transferability. I like it a lot. I've gone from making an MFT top for all sorts of things to actually including it on will be on a drill press, already including it on my miter saw, will be including it on my sanding station, and eventually my router station. Hey, not a bad sort of thing to have at your fingertips for all sorts of reasons that you may come up with as yet unknown to you. And I'm liking it. Also, the fact that it is a secondary or auxiliary surface rather than having a workbench dedicated to, or having holes in it, which makes it a dedicated MFT surface. Mine's removable, and that's going to be the same case for the miter saw, which I'm already using and enjoying, and it will be the case for the drill stand, which I've yet to use, but I can see the benefits of. And for the drill stand, it's going to make its use safer because of that flexibility and capability. So, yeah, all these things are making me very happy that I went down this road. And yeah, I think it makes the workshop and experience just that much more pleasurable. That and the fact that I've got a bit of a dust, what do you call it? Extraction. There's the word. Extraction system going on. The combo, although not directly related, is making the workshop experience actually quite good. So this is one of the ones that I want to make the experience, not frustrating. There's the word. I knew there was a word for it. Don't like being frustrated. And if this can be used to aid us in that effort, I think it's not a bad thing to do. Anyway, there you go. Right, I better go out and make some more of these. This one here is going to be interesting. Yeah, better make one and see what I think of it. Rightio, I'm off. I'll see you in the next one now. Bye.